This is Mirabella's Kitchen, and today I'm making taquitos. If you'd like to cook with me, please check the description below for a list of the ingredients and a shout out to my patrons. Wanted to take a second to thank everybody for your continued support. I know I unexpectedly wasn't posting for 2 weeks. Part of it was the holiday, and part of it was I feel like I hit cold weather blues. I was having a lot of trouble feeling motivated to complete my recordings and complete everything for my videos, so I wanted to thank everybody for your patience. I take 1 pound of chicken breast and I thinly slice it horizontally. I set that aside and I'm going to take about 1.5 cups of baby spinach. I'm going to be removing the stems. I'm piling them into little piles and cutting the stems off. You can leave the stems if you'd like. I'm going to then roughly chop the spinach into smaller pieces. It comes out to about a cup and 1/2's worth. I have a pot of water boiling that I added some salt to, and I add the chicken to. This is going to boil for about 10 minutes, and then I will temp the chicken to see if it's done. Into the spinach, I add about 1/2 cup of pico de gaio, 1/3 cup sour cream, I got a visitor from producer Zuko giving me a motivating high five. I also got a visit from producer Angusaurus Rex. I also add to the bowl about 6 ounces or 2/3 of a block of cream cheese that has been softened. The chicken has come to temp. I let it rest for about 10 minutes or so and then shred it with 2 forks. And I have a visitor waiting and hoping I drop some chicken on the ground. I season the chicken with coarse kosher salt and freshly ground black pepper. I then add this into the mixing bowl and I'm going to mix everything together. I forgot to add cheese here. You can add cheese, cheddar, Colby Jack, Mexican mixture, like whatever cheese you want, about 1.5 cups worth. Mix everything together, and this is going to be the filling for the taquitos. I have about 1 inch of vegetable oil heating over medium heat until it is hot. So I take corn tortillas and I put 1 to 2 forkfuls onto the tortilla, and then I roll it and put it in the oil. I started having issues that the tortilla was breaking. The tortilla, when I put it in the oil, would just flop open and all the insides would get in the oil. I was like, oh, it must be because I'm using tortillas that aren't as fresh. These are from earlier in the week. I bought new ones. That wasn't the issue. I talked to somebody who has more knowledge than I do and experience with making these, and they recommended warming the tortillas, can be in the microwave or over the stove, and also you could use a toothpick to hold the taquitos together while you fry them, or use less oil and just hold it down, seam down, because you should place the seam down into the oil and let them cook for 30 to 60 seconds on each side. I didn't want to hold anything because oil can splatter and I don't want to get burned. So I did have some that managed to stay folded, and most of them fell apart. I made about 12 or so. You could probably make about 12 to 16 with this recipe. And though they don't look pretty, they tasted really good. Those are my taquitos. Thanks for joining me today. I make new videos on cooking every Thursday. Please support me on Patreon and on Facebook at Mirabella's Kitchen.